What's up, everyone? Mark Lobliner, tigerfitness.com. Been a while since you've done a live. Remember, after I'm done with this live, go ahead and ask all the questions you want during the live. I'll get to them when I'm done. Just want to give a shout out real quick to my store, tigerfitness.com. Double chocolate chip crisp outright bars are back in stock. Rocking and rolling, ready to go. Immortals back in stock, ready to go. Actually, it wasn't out of stock, not back in stock. That's why you don't do live videos. I can't even get this shit right. Anyway, check it out. I want to go over this article, and it's quite profound. And I know you guys are going to get a kick out of this article, because I sure as heck got a kick out of this article. And let's talk about it, right? Let's talk about what's going on in this article and what the heck these guys are thinking. Now, going to Vox.com. Okay, Vox.com. Apparently, they are some kind of a newspaper, right? They're a newspaper. So let's talk about what this is about. Let me read this article to you. Okay, so this is from a man named Kenny Torella. Okay, Kenny Torella. We'll look at him later, but let me real quick. Let's see how Kenny Torella looks. So you guys want to know who's writing this article? I think this will give us a visual of what we're dealing with here. All right, that is Kenny Torella. He is a staff writer for Vox's Future Perfect section with a focus on animal welfare and the future of meat. He's also so he's a vegan activist. And as you can tell by his, I think he's a giraffe. I actually think this man is a giraffe. That's crazy. I can't believe giraffes can write articles. This is crazy. This is crazy. Okay, so let's go on this. Americans are eating too much of them their protons. They're eating too many protons. Too much protein. So let's talk about this, because actually just breezing through this, I think there might be some good takeaways from this, and we could talk about it. So this story has been adapted from Meatless, Vox's newsletter series. Oh, so you can incorporate plant-based foods in your diet. Americans are oddly obsessed with protein. Could it be because it has beneficial effects on body composition, on blood sugar control, on appetite control? I digress. They eat around twice as much of it as the federal government recommends. Now, the federal government recommends a paltry amount of protein. For a guy like me, I believe they're recommending I eat around 50 grams of protein, if not less. Now, put that in perspective. When you go by the ISSN, the International Society of Sport Nutrition, they recommend for a hard training athlete 1 gram per pound of body weight. And there's countless data showing that the anorectic effects of protein can stave off hunger and other issues that will lead people to overeat, and overeating will lead people to becoming obese, which, by the way, is the number one reason people are dying, because obesity leads to the number one killer. That's heart disease, as well as diabetes and many other lifestyle diseases like type 2 diabetes. You can even put cancer in that list. And they're trying to get even more of it in their diets. And this obsession could be making us sick. Excessive protein consumption, especially from cholesterol-rich animal-based foods, is correlated with increased risk of cancer and heart disease. Another, and I might say this, my giraffe-looking friend, another fallacy in that when foods contain natural cholesterol, which is found naturally in a lot of foods, like even whey protein, which is very low in fat, has higher cholesterol, like shrimp, very low in fat, higher cholesterol. Dietary cholesterol does not necessarily have an impact on serum cholesterol. Now, I'm not saying go out and eat all this fatty steak and ribeyes, but protein is not fat. And there are many lean sources of meat where this is just stupid. This is just written for smooth brains. This is written for people like Cali Muscle, people who are stupid. Me, I am not stupid. I assume you guys watching this are not stupid either. So this is very, very stupid, I must say. Going on. This doesn't just affect those following high protein, keto, paleo, or low carb diets, which combined is more than 1 in 5 Americans, which is actually kind of cool, because paleo, if you look at paleo, it's a very healthy diet. It's whole foods, and it's based around things that are, close to nature, I'd say. and are usually high in fiber, veggies, fruit. Love it. It's a problem for most Americans, especially men. In one informal study in the UK, even found that some men who want to reduce their meat consumption are embarrassed to order vegetarian meals among male friends. That's actually kind of nice to see. I would like to see this informal study. It's an article. Let's see if there's actual study in here. It was led by Dr. Emma Rowe and Dr. Paul Hurley from the prestigious University of Southampton. And so men who don't like meat find it upsets their digestion or ask for a doctor. Still difficult to choose the vegetarian or vegan option when in public with other men. Year-long research, and so it's a whatever. But I want you to look at this. Animal farming takes up 83% of the world's agricultural land, yet delivers only 18% of our calories and is responsible for 14% of global greenhouse gas emissions. Now, I'm not going to make any conspiracy theories, but bear with me because this does kind of follow into something else that we're about to read. Excessive protein consumption is also wrecking the planet, with meat and dairy production accounting for 1/5 of greenhouse gas emissions. Now do you see what the real issue is? The real issue isn't greenhouse gas emissions, because if it was, then John Kerry wouldn't be flying on private jets. These celebrities going to these Earth summits wouldn't be flying on private jets. Obama would not be buying beachfront property. If there was truly an issue with climate change and there was truly an issue, don't you think that they would be more cautious? And do you think that me eating a steak is as deleterious to the environment as all these rich celebrities flying on their private jets? Do you really think that me enjoying a chicken breast is as deleterious to the environment as all of these limousine liberals flying around on their planes? Guys, this is about much more than eating too much protein for your health. This is about controlling you. At the end of the day, veganism and vegetarianism, they're very healthy if done correctly. Unfortunately, very few people can do it correctly. And I am a proponent of adding plant protein in your diet. I have the #1 plant protein in the country right now as one of my brands with Ambrosia Planta, now available in all Sprouts. Now, I love plant protein. I love plant protein. But I also realize that when you are on a plant-based diet, you have to pay great attention to be perfect. I have a good friend. His name is Barbarian Hawk, and he is a vegan. He placed 3rd at the Universe 2 years ago, and he's all natural. And he gets it done. But this is a man who pays attention to every vitamin, mineral, and excipient he puts in his body. Most people can't even figure out Oreos aren't low carb. So to think that people are going to supplement with B12 and they're going to supplement with all the things that veganism lacks, then you're out of your mind. And also the slop they put into these vegan food alternatives like Beyond Burger and all these crap, it's garbage. It's absolute garbage. But I digress. It's not about your health. It's not about the earth. It's about control. And this is how they control us. That's why Bill Gates is buying up farmland. If you have another theory on why this is happening, go ahead and let me know. But I'm not seeing many options. Why would they push veganism? And why would they push this whole climate thing when they're not living by the sword? If I knew something other people didn't know, like remember, I think 2010, Al Gore said all the ice caps were going to melt and the ocean would come above the shore and Florida would be underwater. No, it's not happening. So globally, most people exceed protein consumption recommendations, but Americans and Canadians take it to another level. I blame the Canadians. Despite eating more protein than any other region, Americans and Canadians eat the least amount of plant-based protein. Instead, they get from animal meat, dairy, and eggs because it is very hard to get plant-based protein from anything but well-designed plant-based protein supplements. Ambrosia Planta is one of them. I think it's only 1.5 grams of carbs and 1 gram of fat per 20 grams of protein. But if you're trying to get it from food sources, and we sell a lot of plant-based protein, but not enough to feed all the vegans, a lot of these people are combining beans and rice, eating inferior foods like tofu and satan. What is it? It's not Satan. Satane, whatever. I can't pronounce this thing. But anyway, so at the end of the day, you have these issues where you have to take in so many carbs to get enough protein that you're going to be fat. And also you're going to lack the B12s. You're going to lack the DHA, the EPA. So there's issues with just having vegan protein. I drink 2 Planta shakes a day, 40 grams a piece. However, that is to augment my protein intake alongside my animal-based foods. This explains why one of the first questions people ask when they learn someone is vegetarian or just reducing their meat intake is, where do you get your protein? But there are many plant-based foods high in protein, like beans. Beans are not high in protein. It's incomplete. You have to combine it with another protein. Tofu, soy, tempeh, lentils, peanut butter. Peanut butter is a fat source that happens to have protein in it. Plant-based meat products, which again are just slop. Nuts. Well, I do admit these nuts are very high in protein. And soy milk. Soy milk is not high in protein. Not high in protein. Unless you're pretty ambitious about bodybuilding, you probably don't need to worry about whether you're getting enough protein while trying to reduce meat consumption and become vegetarian. However, I will state this, amino acids are essential. You do need essential amino acids. And I think everyone watching this, even those who are pedestrian lifters, understand that they probably want to have more lean body mass and less body fat. And one way to do that is by getting adequate protein. Again, I rounded up to a gram of protein per pound of body weight. On a vegetarian or vegan diet, you can get enough protein if you eat an adequate number of calories from a variety of whole foods, says in Nancy Gieb, a registered dietitian at Cleveland Clinic for Diabetes and Nutrition. If you're trying to gain a lot of muscle, it's even possible to be at the highest level of strength sports as a vegetarian or vegan. In 2016, Kendrick Ferris, who is vegan, was the only American to compete in men's weightlifting at the Rio Olympics. Cool. We have one guy. And by the way, I'm not going to go there. Okay. That's fine. You can, but it's very hard to do. And Kendrick would be stronger. I will say this. Kendrick Ferris would be stronger and perform better if he had animal-based foods in his diet. Just period. But that's my belief. But one nutrient the average American isn't eating enough of is fiber, and eating more plant-based foods is a surefire way to change that. I agree with this. I believe that people need more fiber. In 2021, a study found only 7% of Americans get enough fiber, a problem nutritionists call the fiber gap. Fiber is critical because it's amazingly helpful in many ways. It slows the absorption of glucose, yes. Evens out your blood sugar levels, yes. And also lowers cholesterol and inflammation, yes. And it feeds your gut microbiome. Fiber-heavy diet associated with reduced risk of heart disease, yes. Stroke, yes. Cholesterol, yes. Hypertension, yes. Certain cancers and more. It can also improve your gut health and help keep you regular. I used to suffer from IBS. Every doctor I went to told me to decrease my fiber intake. I went to another doctor, told me to increase my fiber intake, and it basically cured my IBS. I'll have a flare-up here and there, but not very often. Reducer of heart disease, all that good stuff. Most fiber-rich foods happen to be plants. They are. That's why I like an omnivorous diet. I like a diet that's balanced. There are many health benefits to be reaped from a plant-based diet. So my opinion is, and I mean, whatever. Okay, here's something on B12, iron, and more. 26% of vegetarians and vegans quit their diet because they felt it wasn't good for their health. Good. That said, not getting enough protein and iron could have been to address some basic nutrition guidance. What do they say about B12? It's easy to get B12 for just a few pennies a day. So they're saying take supplements. Okay. And have fortified foods like breakfast cereals. Yeah. Good job, Vox. Recommending Frosted Flakes. Another critical nutrient is iron. Yep, you do need iron. Lentils have iron in it. Okay, there's iron. See what I don't want to read this. This is a big you don't need to read that. Next up your fiber. Basically, so up your fiber. Okay, we could agree on that, Giraffe Boy. We could agree on that, Kenny. And I would love to debate you on this all along, but Kenny, You have no muscle. And I understand I'm a big dumb guy on YouTube. I get it. But like, you have no muscle and you look sick. You look like you need to eat. Like if you went into a Jewish mother's house, she would force feed you. She would shove matzo balls and she would shove, what is that? A kugel down your throat. With lack of better terms, mofo, you need to eat. So with that being said, what do you guys think? I'm going to go to some questions and comments right now. And if we could talk about this, that's great. So let's go in the comments section. But my opinion is, guys, like they want you weak. They want you weak. They want you small. They want you to not be able to defend yourself. Look, man, it is what it is, dude. Masculinity is going away. And no one's going to tell me that being a vegan is going to make me more masculine. Okay, it's just not. I'm not getting adequate protein without getting a lot of carbs. You're not, unless, of course, you can supplement with Planta. That'll help you. That'll help you a ton. But at the end of the day, if you're going to be your best, again, you can compete at a high level, as my buddy, Hawk has proven. You can, but it's not optimal. And I've told Hawk this many times, but he is Native American and his tribe does not eat meat. And I respect that. But he knows my opinion. I've been working with the guy for 3 years. He's one of my best friends. If he ate meat, he'd be better. How much better? I don't know, but he certainly wouldn't be worse. You cannot be optimal without having an omnivorous diet. I do not fuck with carnivore. I do not fuck with veganism. I am a balanced diet guy. I like plant-based and I like a little bit of meat. And I like to have a good balance. I like to get most of my proteins from, I have a diverse diet. I have MTS whey. I have Planta. Okay, those are two sources that account for about 60 grams of protein a day, 60 to 80, right? But the rest of my protein, which is another almost 200 grams, comes from beef, comes from turkey, comes from chicken, comes from your mom, a bunch of different places, bro. But that's all I have to say about that. If you want to be optimal, bro, you just have to eat some meat, my meat, or some animal-based. Look, man, you could also be a vegetarian. Now, speaking about veganism, not vegetarianism, octo-lavo, you do pescatarianism, which some consider a form of vegetarianism, which I don't even know how that works. But at the end of the day, when you have a octo-lavo diet and you're drinking milk and you're eating eggs, you're good to go. That's all you need. You could have MTS whey and egg whites all day long and you'll be just fine. So let's see if we, I swear they will do anything they can to keep Americans fat, sick, and weak. Paul L. Yeah, I'm not going to argue with that. Sean Emery, tell him, Mark. Thank you, Sean. From Flex Anesthesia. At the end of the day, we are the carbon they want to get rid of. They desire depopulation. I will not argue against that. If you look at what happened in Ukraine, and again, I'm not an expert on Ukraine, but they're literally, most of their fighters now are over the age of 40. They have literally genocided most of their young military age men. And you look at a bunch of things that have gone on. And again, it's hard for me to believe, especially when Bill Gates has said that the end goal is depopulation, that they don't want to kill, not all of us, but think about it. If you just wipe out 2-3% of the earth, like, yeah, you're getting rid of a good amount of people. So a lot of these people do believe in depopulation. You're not wrong. I believe we need more babies, and I regret not having more. I should have had 5, 6, 7 kids, but Katie was done. I love eating real meat, fruits and veggies. Amen, Silver Wolverine. From Sean Emery, haven't tried MTS before, but definitely interested. We have a flavory stock coming in, but we do have birthday cake and blueberry muffin in stock now. Go to tigerfitness.com, gobble those up. We have, they're in 2-pounders, but we have 4- and 6-pound bundles as well. Just killed half pound of ground beef. I had for dinner, I had white rice, which is cooked in bone broth with ground beef. Then I had a veggie mix I get from Costco. It has peppers in it, Brussels sprouts, delicious. But I'm a big omnivorous mofo, man. To weaken our immune systems. You're absolutely right. I do believe that vegans do not have as strong of an immune system. Boom, boom, and that's not a game, my man. Tofu is nasty, like eating a sponge. Yeah, it is. Not a single serious athlete using a low protein diet. Real meat source get me recovered and stronger, especially when I do 1 gram per pound of body mass. Amen. I do run. I recommend even more one. Well, you're saying body mass, not lean mass. Yeah, 1 pound per total, per 1 gram per pound. What about 90% plant in the diet and just eat meat, citrus, iron, and protein? So Tyler, that would work, but that's a lot of fucking plants. Because if you're doing a gram of protein per pound and you're doing 90% more of that in veggies, bro, I would hate to be the man to clean your toilet. What about taking a multivitamin and fiber supplement? Well, I mean, I just went over that. That's basically what I said, Sean. And I'm not being condescending at all. Is the only way to make veganism work is to supplement like your life depends on it, because it does. You're the man, Mark. Appreciate all your insight. Thank you, Orion. Appreciate you, brother. I bet they will never write we are eating too many carbs processed. No, because those are the lobbyists, man. That's Russian propaganda. I am Russian propaganda. I'm a Putin. I'm a Putin. What were they calling people? Putin sympathizer. Plant protein is probably okay, but not sure on the amino acid. No, not at all. So mom, not my mom, I hope. So I don't think my mom has the internet. So yeah, if you go to Ambrosia Collective, maybe actually go to tigerfitness.com, go to Ambrosia, then go to Planta, and you will find that Ambrosia Planta, we add in freeform amino acids. So the amino acid profile on Ambrosia Planta is more similar, is actually almost identical to animal protein because we added in the Sun BCAA. Good evening. What's different your vitamin packs, animal pack? Just look at the ingredients. Why would I put milligram amounts of amino acids in there? And this isn't, I love the guys at Animal. They're great people, but Immortal just shits all over that pack. And notice that theirs is 2 per day to get full dosing. Mine's 1 per day at $1 a day. Nothing compares to Immortal. Animal Pack was cool in the 80s, but I out-design everybody. I'm the greatest at what I do. And my vitamin pack is better than anybody's, considering it's only $1 a day. You could probably find a vitamin pack for like $5 a day that will have more stuff. But if you want to be budget friendly and cover all your bases, have the best vitamin pack ever created, and only spend $1 a day on it, Immortal just destroys anything. Also, a couple of plant protein powders hurt my chest. So mom, unless you, why you have to have that name? So mother, try Ambrosia Planta and we will never let you down. They hurt your chest because they suck. I don't know what allergies they have in there, but we don't have them. So that's that. My favorite Planta is peanut butter cup, and that nectar is strawberry basil. Curtis, you're the man. All right, guys, check it out. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to head out. I got this. You're the first ones to see this. We did a promotion. We did an ad. We filmed it at Legacy at Carbon. And if you guys go to the comment section after this video is done and just comment on how you like it, how you like the production value. This was filmed by my buddy Cross, and I really want to get your opinion on it. I'd love for you to comment down below what you think of the ad, and also comment your thoughts on this video, of course, and subscribe to this channel. And of course, if you're attractive, send me nudes, male or female. But what I want you to do is look at this ad, and I want you to say, thanks for that info, New York. What's up, New York? New York in the house. What part? Anyway, check it out. Watch this video. Let me know your thoughts. I really think it came out great. Props to Cross and the Ambrosia team for putting it together. Thank you, guys. I'm Mark Lobliner, and that's not a game. Or would you want the best? When looking at performance, would you just give them something that's elementary, something that's budget? Or would you want the best? When looking at performance, these kids don't come in here to just be elementary, to just be normal, to just be average. They train hard. As someone who's been in the industry for 20 plus years, who literally pioneered the intra-workout category, when putting together hydration formula, you want something that addresses essential amino acids and branched chain amino acids. You want that in the formula because you want to make sure that you're feeding the muscles as you go. Branched chain amino acids and essential amino acids, it's the building blocks of protein. So we take exactly what you need in the ratios that are proven by science to work, but that's not enough. You want something that makes those amino acids work more. Well, how does that happen? Well, there's something called velocitol, which actually doubles the power of your amino acids. Muscle loss, even if they're well-fed, can be an issue. That is why we put HMB in there, to make sure that they stave off the potential catabolic effects of training. then what's the final component? You make it taste amazing. And I know that the athletes I coach, they want the best. When I'm looking at all the kids I coach who want to go to that next level, we don't want basic. Hydroglyph is great for not only the person who's going to the gym trying to be the best they can be, but it's awesome for high performance, goal-driven athletes. If you're looking for the best, look no further than Hydroglyph.